Good morning, hello, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the Smart Device application, Today in History, What Happened Today in History, Historical Calendar, and the website onthisday.com. I don't know where my phone is. Anyway, for links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar in the description below. Pardon me. That was weird. Anyway, I am Eozander, and today is Moon's Day, also known as Monday, September 19th, 2022. So, let's just jump right on into the history here. Starting us off in the year 335, Dalmatius was raised to the rank of Caesar by his uncle Constantine I. Boy, my face just wants to make all sorts of problems for me today, doesn't it? But then, let's see here. 643, Muslim forces led by Khalid ibn al-Walid captured Damascus, becoming the first major city of Eastern Roman Empire taken by the Rashidun Caliphate. Dang, they took Damascus? Wow. Jumping on up into 1356, doubling the time here. English forces under Edward the Black Prince defeated French at the Battle of Poitiers and captured the French King John II during the 100 Years' War. Ooh, here we go, 100 Years' War. Moving on up into 1796, George Washington's farewell address as U.S. President was published. Man, oh, stepping down. Dang. 1863, Battle of Chickamauga, Georgia, which is near Chattanooga, Awooga, began. Union forces retreated after a couple days of fighting. Yeah, the Union got their teeth kicked in for the first part, and then, yep. But then, in 1876 here, I see that we have the first carpet sweeper was patented by Melville Bissell of Grand Rapids, Michigan. So that's interesting. Well, stepping back here, in 1865, Atlanta University was founded. That's interesting. And then jumping back up into 1876, talks began to set up a football club in Ottawa, I believe Canada. Huh. In 1879, the Blackpool illuminations were switched on for the first time. Huh. That's interesting. I have to check that out. What is a Blackpool illumination? Images. Oh, okay. So that's cool. Dang, look at these. Look at these today, man. That looks so wild. Man, they're out Vegasing Vegas, man. That looks like something straight out of Fremont Street. Crazy. Anyway, let's keep on going here. 1893, New Zealand became the first country to grant all women the right to vote. Hey, look at that. Look at that. New Zealand leading the charge. Maybe this is why they're never on any maps. You know, anybody ever notice that? You know, I've noticed that from, like, you know, I think it was Education, I'm not sure, but there is some YouTube channel I was watching that talks about maps a lot, and they always point out, that New Zealand's not on this map, it's not on that map. So I'm wondering, is there a conspiracy against New Zealand because they gave women the right to vote first? I don't know. 1901, 11 baseball games were canceled due to the funeral of President William McKinley. Wow. So canceled 11 entire games for that guy. Jeez. I don't know. 1910, George M. Conan's musical Get Rich Quick Wallingford premiered in New York City. 1922, Queen Wilhelmina assumed Dutch throne with 119-word speech. It's a pretty short speech right there, only 119 words. Like, most things in high school that are that short gets you an F. So, jumping on up into 1931, PG Championship Men's Golf at the Juan Moisset Country Club. 20-year-old U.S. Tom Cravey defeated Denny Shute 2-1 in the final for his lone major title. 1939, Lord Haha, or William Joyce, became radio host of Reichsfunk Berlin. He's a fascist politician and Nazi propagandist, so, yeah, I don't like this guy. I remember hearing about Lord Haha. Yeah, I remember that. Okay. Yeah. In 1940, Witold Pelicki was voluntarily captured and sent to Auschwitz in order to smuggle out information and start a resistance. Dang, a Polish resistance fighter. Look at that guy. Intentionally getting into the belly of the beast to figure out ways to defeat it. That is bravery right there. 365 days later, in 1941, the first meeting of partisan leaders Tito and Draza Mihailovic in Yugoslavia. 1945, Kim Il-sung arrived in harbor of Wonsan, Korea. He's the starter of he's a North Korean founder and dictator right there, Kim Il-sung. 2 years later, 1947, Jackie Robinson was named 1947's Rookie of the Year. Nice. This is really too bad Scott or me, Cleaver, aren't here to talk about all this stuff, man. Jumping on up into 1952, Adventures of Superman, the TV series starring George Reeves, premiered in syndication in the U.S. Superman. And here we go. This guy. 1952 as well, the United States barred Charlie Chaplin from re-entering the country after a trip to England. What? Would it be because of the mustache? Hold on a second. Why did the U.S. bar Charlie Chaplin? The actor had been under suspicion of being sympathetic to causes related to the left and had caught the anger of the government after he accused their efforts in suppressing communism as a denial of free speech and violation of civil rights. Chaplin was eventually blacklisted from working in Hollywood. Wow. So that's McCarthyism right there. Right, I believe so. McCarthyism. Let's see here. What time? McCarthyism time period. Let's see here. 1940s through 50s. So this is at the end of it. Dang, poor Charlie. 3 years later, in 1955, an army and navy revolt forced Argentine President Juan Perón to resign and flee to Paraguay. What a coward. What an absolute coward. At that same time, in 1955, Cubs slugger Ernie Banks hit record 5th Grand Slam of season. 1959, Nikita Khrushchev was denied access to Disneyland. That is extremely ironic. Extremely ironic. I'm just reading here, 1959. By the way, welcome to the show.
Thanks. It's me, Cleaver.
Yep, we're in 1959. Nikita Khrushchev is denied access to Disneyland. Today's world, they would roll out the red carpet for him.
I know. Yeah. But I remember him coming to the States. Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, 1955 already? I'm later 59. Than I thought.
Yeah, well, without anybody to ping on, I just chew through these,
Let's see what we got. Yeah,
well,
Nikita Khrushchev. Oh,
yeah,
geez.
Well, I just saw this
How
here.
did he shoe in the UN?
Yeah. I just saw this, 1957, first underground nuclear explosion at Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
So that's
when they finally mandated that they don't do it in the up in the air in the environment that, as we've talked many times about, your mom watched from her front porch.
So instead of radiating the air, let's just put it in the ground and make sure our groundwater gets really good and contaminated.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, something that won't clean up in 10s and 20s, maybe 100 years.
1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's all that water down there, slow moving.
Yep.
Doesn't purify itself.
Nope. 1960, Life magazine celebrated artist Anna Mary Grandma Moses' 100th birthday by putting her on their cover. All right.
Now, is Life still around, Life magazine?
I believe so. Life magazine. Let's see here. Their final issue date was 2000, so I guess not.
No, they haven't been, huh?
Huh. So they're gone.
Yeah. It's kind of a staple of the country that we didn't even notice. That's how relevant they are anymore. They've been gone 22 years.
Yeah, I swear I've seen Life magazine recently, and I've gotten Life magazine like how they have their compilation stuff every now and then.
Yeah.
Like I've gotten them after the year 2000. I have one involving 9/11, which is after 2000 in itself.
Yeah.
And then I've gotten one involving World War II and everything and that was after 2000. So I don't know.
Well, Life is around. The company itself is around. I don't know what form they call it. But
still,
because they do promos on different things. Probably just the magazine branch of it is gone, and they can still do special editions. Who knows?
Okay, so they still have the IP. It was published weekly from 1883 to 1972, and as an intermittent special until 1978, and then a monthly from 1978 till 2000. So, so it sounded like they were on a steady decline. It used to be published weekly and then monthly, and then now they're gone.
Yeah.
As far as
Everybody used to get that. Not everybody, but it was a common deal. Life and what was the other one? Post or something?
The Washington Post. There is Post. The Huffington Post. There's that.
No. I'm talking about a magazine. I can't remember what it was. The Life was the big one.
Well, I know that Mom was subscribed to Reader's Digest.
Yeah, that's something entirely different.
Yeah. Oh, well, here's something entirely different. In 1960, Chubby Checkers, The Twist, hit number one on Billboard Hot 100.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do the twist, yeah.
Come on, baby. Let's do the twist.
Yep. We have some sports history in 1968. Denny McLane's 31st win and Mickey Mantle's 535th home run occurred on this date. So two things.
So two things.
Would that be? I'm wondering though, is that the same game, or are they just rolling them both into the same?
Well, if it's this day in history and it's the same year, then it's got to be the same game, unless it was a double header.
Like, do they have multiple games on one day? Or like
they will occasionally have what's called a double header, and that's usually booked, and you get 2 games for the price of one. But that's not the norm. But they will have, especially if they've had a rained out game, they may have a double header on Sunday or something, because Friday night was rained out.
Oh, yeah. But 1970, the Mary Tyler Moore Show premiered on CBS. Mary Tyler Moore.
Yeah.
She looks like a witch. I don't know why. Like, she looks...
Sure she'd appreciate that if she's alive today.
Well, I'd assume so. Well, I mean, like, not in a bad, in a cool way. She looks like a witch. I mean, she looks like a young version of the mother in 2.5 Men.
Oh, yeah, I see that a little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. And we have another baseball record. In 1973, Frank Robinson, Angels outfielder, homers in record 32nd Major League Ballpark, Arlington Stadium in Arlington, Texas, against the Rangers.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't...
Outfielder, sorry. Not offensive. Offensive fielder.
I for the Angels. He was with the, I believe, Cincinnati Reds. Well, there it is on his cap. Yeah, big.
Yeah. Big C right there. Now I'm wondering, why didn't you laugh when I said offensive fielder? Like, I know nothing. Nothing.
I don't even hear that stuff from you. It's so offensive.
You're so used to the ignorance that you just let it go.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
If I corrected you for everything, this show would never go on once we hit sports.
That's true. But the cycle.
The cycle. Hey, you got it. Or is it the line?
I was going to say, is it the cycle or the line? So, the line. I mean, like, it's a line. You go from a point.
At least if you called it a circle, at least it would make some sense. The line means nothing.
Well, circles are just pointless.
Well, yeah, but it would be around the bases back to home.
But you don't get the joke.
Yeah, pointless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, in 1974, the KGB began a large-scale operation to discredit Russian novelist Alexander Solzhenitsyn and cut his communications with Soviet dissidents.
I don't know what that means.
So basically, like, he's a novelist, and he was, maybe his writings were like not fully Soviet propaganda. So I mean, like look at how our politics are going today.
In some ways, with the dissidents in the Soviet Union.
He was canceled essentially. He was canceled.
Yeah.
So for not being part of the powers that be.
Now I get it.
Yeah. 1975, Faulty Towers, starring John Cleese. I almost read that as cheese. Prunella Scales and Andrew Sachs premiered on BBC Two in the UK.
Oh, I remember that guy.
Yeah. John Cleese.
Didn't know his name.
Yep. Now you do. And then you'll forget it soon enough.
Yeah. Ask me tomorrow. Who?
Ask me what the cycle is tomorrow. What? See, now you know what it's like. See, I'm ignorant to things I don't care about, and you're ignorant to things you don't care about. See, that's how it works.
Oh man.
1975, No Nukes concert at Madison Square Garden included Bruce Springsteen and the E Street Band, Bonnie Raitt, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Jackson Brown, and the Doobie Brothers.
Yeah.
No Nukes. 1982, 34th Emmy Awards, Hill Street Blue, Barney Miller, Alan Alda, and Carol Kane won. We have a film premiere in 1986, the 3D short film Captain EO with Michael Jackson premiered at Disneyland theme parks. Huh. I remember hearing something about that. He did some kind of like...
I guess
yeah.
3D. When did he die?
2009, at the age of 50.
Okay. Couldn't remember.
Huh, well that's interesting.
What's that?
He was born in 58 and he died in 2009 at the age of 50. And even...
He hadn't had his birthday yet.
Yeah, and even going into an odd usually means an odd. So...
Yeah, but he obviously
He
his birthday
didn't have
was
his
coming
birthday.
up. Yeah.
He died on June and he was born in August, so June, July,
Yeah,
August,
so he
so
had
2
another
months.
2 months.
Yeah,
He would've
almost
been
2 months
51.
exactly. Look at that,
Yeah.
29th and 25th. That's kind of crazy. We have another Farm Aid concert here in 1987. Hey, my year. Farm Aid 3 was held in Lincoln, Nebraska. Performers included Willie Nelson once again, John Mellencamp, Neil Young, Emilio Harris, Vince Gill, Lyle Lovett, John Denver, and Joe Walsh. In 1988, U.S. driver Greg Louganis smashed his head on a diving board during the 3-meter springboard preliminaries at the Seoul Olympics, recovering to qualify for the final, which he won the following day.
I remember
Dang.
that. Oh man,
That must have
his head
hurt.
hit as he's doing flips and then going. It's just you go up and then you start flipping and coming
Yeah,
down.
he didn't propel outward enough, and he hit his head
Yeah,
coming
he
down.
just-
Sounds like.
You just kind of tinked it like that. And,
Ow, though. Ow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's even worse than coming down, like, getting more skin on that. Just a little tap.
No.
You know?
If you go flat face into that board.
Well, that's flat face. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, if you just get a nick versus, like, whatever this would be,
Yeah.
this is more painful, because this is the pain distributed around a wider area. This is concentrated to here,
I'm not buying it. The bigger the hit, the bigger the pain.
It really depends on distribution and where you're getting hit, But I'm no scientist.
Listen to us. We don't know what we're talking about.
I might as well stand on my head and talk out of my ass,
Bravo.
Hey, with this mug, you don't even tell the difference. So,
Oh, you're hot today.
oh, thank you.
Oh, jeez.
1988, Bon Jovi released their 4th album, New Jersey, most top 10 hits of any rock/glam metal album, which is 5. Alright, that's cool. Why is Richie Sambora here? Bon Jovi should be the picture. What does this guy have to do with this? I don't know. Anyway, television debut. 1989, Doogie Howser, MD, starring Neil Patrick Harris as a teenage physician, debuted on ABC, and that's when he got his big break. Good old Neil Patrick Harris.
I recall watching it,
I never seen it,
but I remember that.
I
I
remember.
must have saw a portion of it or something. It was kind of weird.
I remember he was in Starship Troopers, and he was also in Malcolm in the Middle.
He's in Malcolm in the Middle?
He was the older brother, the one that was sent to military school.
I don't think so.
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Okay, pull that up.
Okay, you know what?
No, I don't.
Yes! NPH, Neil Patrick Harris. Let's see here. Images, let me just increase this here.
Well, you need to go to Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah,
See who-
Malcolm in the Middle, brothers. Oh, here we go. So here's Dewey, there's Malcolm, I forgot him, and then him. There's Neil Patrick Harris right there. He's the oldest brother. He was the one, he came in like at season 2 or whatever. He was the one who was away at military school.
Oh, I don't remember him at all. I just remember
The 3. No, he was the
there had
4th.
to be a fourth one.
He
yeah,
was the
but
4th one, yeah. You didn't really see the show. So
I guess I didn't. Huh, okay.
there's even a scene where these older two with him like launched this gargantuan firework. They were trying to get their oldest brother back. He's like, "Oh, I'm not like a teenage maniac anymore," and he already had the lighter out lighting the fuse. It's like, "Huh, that's weird." Like,
If there's 4 of them, how can you be in the middle? 2 of them are in the middle.
well, it started
That
out.
was 3 kids and 1 in the middle.
It started out with that. That was the premise.
Yeah.
But then to make the mother seem a lot more terrifying, the oldest brother she had sent to military school. Because the mother's whole shtick was that she was horrifying. You don't want to mess with mama. Like, this is the woman who got into a bumper car battle with another psychopath lady in a parking lot in one episode. They literally were chasing each other and hitting each other's cars out of rage. Like,
The father went on to do a lot of different stuff too.
yeah, Bryan Cranston.
Wow, you know his name?
Yeah, because he was in Breaking Bad.
That's the one I was trying to think
Yeah.
of. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
Walter White, or
Okay.
yeah, which there's actually a whole theory that he faked his death in like the Breaking Bad universe, and then went on to start the whole Malcolm in the Middle thing, even though the timeline is Malcolm in the Middle came first.
I was gonna say, yeah.
So-
What are you talking about? Because that came first.
Yeah, but whatever. The internet theories are going to internet theory.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Forget facts.
Yeah. Moving on into 1989 as well, Janet Jackson's Rhythm Nation 1814, the fourth studio album by Janet Jackson, was released. Grammy Award Best Long Form Music Video 1990, Billboard Album of the Year 1990 as well. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
No shame at all. Showed her nipple on the Super Bowl that one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Younger
oh,
daughter.
wardrobe malfunction, my ass. You can't just rip a bra off like that. That is so clearly premeditated.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
choreographed. And that's the whole thing was to bring up a steward to talk about it.
They should honestly get arrested for a sex offense. You know,
Oh,
no, that
come
is
on,
that
come
it,
on,
you know,
come on.
if a woman shows a nipple on the streets, that's sexual offense. If you do it on the TV, it's not. And if you're a celebrity, it's not. No, there is no exemptions. No one is above the law. They should be charged and put on the list. No O's.
Ah.
Hey, if you're gonna do the crime, do the time. You know, not that hard. 1990, Goodfellas, directed by Martin Scorsese, starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, and Ray Liotta, premiered. Joe Pesci.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, look at him now. Wow.
I don't know if that's now.
Well, no, this is more recent. Look at this.
Well, yeah, it is, but that still may be 10, 15 years old.
Yeah, but like compared to what he looked like.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He does not look tough at all. Man, what happened? Anyway, 1992, Barry Bonds joined Willie Mays, Howard Johnson, and Ron Grant as having two 30 home run, 30 steal MLB seasons. All right.
You know what's surprising in that statement? Who's Ron Grant? Jeez, I've never heard of him.
Ron Grant, he was an outfielder apparently. For the Atlanta Braves from 87 to 93 before finishing his career in 2003 after playing for several other teams. He joined the 30-30 club, 30 steals and home runs in 1990 and 91.
Okay.
Still alive.
Shame on me. Haven't heard of him.
Yeah. Well, now you know how it feels to be
The circle.
to be me. The line, you mean. 1993, 45th Emmy Awards, Seinfeld, Picket Fences, and Ted Danson won. Seinfeld. I don't
Ted
know.
Danson must have been in, what is it called? The bar in Boston?
Oh, Cheers?
Cheers.
Yeah.
No, that's way too late for Cheers. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know my TV stuff.
I don't either. Do you want me to look it up? Like, what was Ted Danson in?
For what, 93?
What was
93
Ted
Emmy.
Danson in for 93 Emmy? Outstanding lead actor in a comedy series. Tim Allen, John Goodman. Did Tennessee win an Emmy? Cheers.
It is Cheers.
Okay, yeah, I guess so. You might be right.
Still around in 93, I guess.
I guess. Where everybody knows your
Then
name.
Frasier was a spin-off from that after that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So Frasier was a spin-off and went on to become one of the most successful sitcoms of all time.
Yeah, he was not a main character in Cheers, but he was like
Oh.
the doctor.
Oh, okay.
He was a doctor there. He came into the bar periodically. And his crazy wife that he divorced, she was on that show too.
Huh. Moving on up into 1993, Tom Galvin won 20 games in a 3 straight year. Okay.
Okay.
In 1994, ER premieres on NBC, created by Michael Crichton, starring George Clooney, Anthony Edwards, and Noah Weil. Mom watched that a lot. ER.
Yeah.
Yeah, like she always watched all these medical shows and all that stuff. You know how much she loved all that.
Yeah.
We have a Toronto Film Festival in 1998, the 23rd one to be specific. Life is Beautiful, directed by Roberto Benigni, won the People's Choice Award. In the year 2000, Ken Griffey Jr. pinch hit his 400th home run, becoming the first Major League player to reach that mark as a pinch hitter. Dang.
Huh.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
400th, though. That's a lot.
Yeah, 400 is a lot of home runs. Well, I didn't know it was strictly. They're kind of saying it was strictly as a pinch hitter. Pinch hits 400.
Well, this is like he's a Hall of Fame. He's a baseball Hall of Fame outfielder, but it sounds like when he was up to bat, he was a pinch hitter. So, whatever that means, like you got to hit in a pinch.
A pinch hitter is when you come. The pitchers generally don't hit because they don't take batting practice. They still will pitch, but you come in. So you're going to pull the pitcher the next inning, so you have a pinch hitter for him. So you come in and you hit for somebody else.
Okay.
But once
so you're hitting in a pinch. It's just like replacement.
You're taking that guy out and you're batting in his place.
Yeah.
But once you take that guy out, he can't play in the game anymore.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Dang.
So I can't imagine 400 home. I can't buy that 400 home run as a pinch hitter. Yeah, that sounds.
I don't know.
I know. It's there. It says right there. He's a baseball Hall of Fame outfielder, which that's what I thought he was. But this thing's telling me he hit 400 home runs as a pinch hitter. I find that
maybe.
Hard to believe.
Well,
I sound like a doubting Thomas, but what can I tell you?
Yeah. Well, more sports history in 2004. NFL Oakland Raider wide receiver Jerry Rice ended NFL streak of 274 consecutive games with a reception in a 13-10 victory over Buffalo Bills.
Boy, he was a great one. Great one.
Yeah.
That guy had probably his hand was twice the size of mine.
Dang. Have you seen that video of the guy interviewing Andre the Giant, and Andre just cups his entire head in his hand?
I haven't.
Oh my god.
I haven't.
Hold on a second. Andre the Giant interview hand face. I think. Images. Let's see here. Yeah, here we go. This is what he was doing. His hand
oh man.
just next to his.
Oh man.
And then here it is. Just. Oh. Good lord.
Oh jeez.
But hold on a second. Andre the Giant soda can. This one's marvelous. Here, look at this. He's holding a beer can.
Oh jeez.
Look at that. It's a beer can. He's palming the thing, dude. Good lord. He was a big guy.
Yeah.
Andre the Giant. He didn't get that nickname because he was small.
No.
2007, MS Tahoni named captain of Indian cricket team for the first time for the ICC World 2020. Cricket. Chirp. 2008, Greg Madu pitched his 5,000th career inning against the San Francisco Giants. Dang.
That's a lot of innings.
1 year later, 2009, 34th Toronto International Film Festival, Precious, directed by Lee Daniels, won the People's Choice Awards. All right. Oh, here we go. We were just talking about this. 2011, Ashton Kutcher debuted on 2.5 Men, replacing Charlie Sheen.
Just talking about it? What are you talking about?
Well, talking about 2.5 Men.
We were?
Like a while ago, I think I referenced it.
Oh, could have been.
So, this is when the show turned to shit. So,
yeah, it didn't.
Charlie Sheen made that show. Everybody else was just there to.
He was totally screwed up, but he did.
He made that
everybody
show.
else supported him. Now his brother was a great supporting actor. He also made Charlie Sheen what he was.
Yeah.
And that's what a supporting actor does. Is makes.
They build
makes
off of each other.
Better. Yeah.
Yeah. 3 years later, in 2014, Columbia Records released "Cheek to Cheek," a duet album of jazz standards by singers Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Debuted at number 1 on Billboard 200 jazz albums and traditional jazz album charts.
Yeah.
1 year later, in 2015, we have the 30th Farm Aid held in Chicago, Illinois, the 30th anniversary, whatever. Performers included Willie Nelson, John Mellencamp, Neil Young, Dave Matthews, Imagine Dragons, hey, I know those, Jack Johnson, Casey Musgraves, Old Crow Medicine Show, and Mavis Staples. Old Crow Medicine Show, that sounds interesting. And Imagine Dragons being in there, huh? So, In 2016, the 68th Emmy Awards, hosted by Jimmy Kimmel, Game of Thrones, Julia Dreyfus, and Rami Malek won. In 2017, President Hassan Rouhani of Iran, in his UN speech, criticized U.S. President Donald Trump for his comments about Iran in his own UN speech. Okay. Well, if the shoe fits, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Trump was not kind to Iran, so, yeah.
I mean, you know, if you're going to get offended by somebody talking facts, then maybe you should work from within and not, you know, cry about it. How about that, Hassan Rouhani? You know? But also during this time, U.S. President Donald Trump addressed the United Nations, vowing to totally destroy North Korea if threatens the U.S. Totally destroy North Korea. Oh my God, that sounds like the ravings of a lunatic.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the speech recently. I'm bibbidi bob. I'm going to destroy North Korea. You know.
Yeah.
Fear me, Jack. I like ice cream. And then we have 2021, just last year, RuPaul became the most decorated black artist in Emmy history, winning his 11th award for RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh.
All right. I don't know why we have to signify the fact that he's black, you know, like, oh, the most decorated black artist in Emmy history. Whoop-de-doo, who cares? You know, he got awards. That's what we should be focusing on.
Yeah, his talent.
You know? His talent, not his skin color. Come on, man. Oh God, now I sound like Bibbidi Bo Bobbidi Bomb.
Come on, man.
Come
you
on,
know
man.
You sound like?
I know. I just said that. Anyway. Oh, and here, 2021, I remember this. U.S. apologized for the Afghan airstrike that killed 10 civilians, including 7 children. Yeah, that was that drone strike that, you know, one final FU to the Taliban when we pulled out of Afghanistan, and we just killed a bunch of civilians.
Yeah.
God. Just awful.
Yeah.
There's no reason. It's just like, like you want to talk about just evil and malice, you know?
Oh, and they thought it was the truck that they bombed or whatever it was. Yeah, it's bad. It's just all bad. They
it's bad.
Made up a scenario that it was justified.
No, they just wanted to, like, there's like.
They had to do something to save face, and kill a few people was their answer.
Yeah, just
Sick.
That's gross. Anyway, before we move on to the births and deaths, were there any articles that you audience or you Cleaver found interesting, more than most? Anything you want to elaborate on? Anything, whatever?
Well, I came in real late, unfortunately. Sounds like it was a good show with a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, it was. I'm going to scroll up to one I found personally interesting, actually, in 1952. As soon as I get to it, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, Superman!
Oh, well, that
the
one,
original
too.
Superman.
Yeah,
I remember him as a kid. Come on, he was Superman.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. George, what is it?
George Reeves.
George Reeves.
Yeah. Yeah, premiered in syndication in the U.S., so this is when it started.
Yeah.
But also, at that same time, in 52, the United States barred Charlie Chaplin from re-entering the country after a trip to England, and that's because of McCarthyism.
Yeah.
He was talking about how it was being a censorship practice, and they're like, oh, well, censor this, you're canceled,
Yeah. No, McCarthyism was really evil and mean, and that's the right's black eye, big time.
Yeah, well, not nearly as black as the left one right now.
They're McCarthyism on steroids.
They're McCarthyism on crack, So, anyway, yeah, so leave a comment in the comment section, people. Like, let's start a dialogue. Anyway, moving on in the burst, starting us off in the year 86.
Ooh.
We have Antonius Pius, or Titus Aurelius, the 15th emperor of Rome from 138 to 161 AD, born in Lanuvium, Italy, dying in 161.
He was pretty old then. 70-something.
Let's see here.
75.
74. Close. You're better at math than I am, because, you have to be. So, in 1749, we have Jean-Baptiste Joseph d'Alembert, French mathematician and astronomer, the history of astronomy, born in Amiens, France, dying in 1822. Let's see here, what else do we have? William Golding. Hey, I've seen this picture before. 1911, he was an English novelist, Lord of the Flies, that's why I've seen him. Nobel Prize for Literature in 1983, born in Newquay, Cornwall, England, dying in 1993. Lord of the Flies.
Yeah.
Moving on up to 1934, we have Brian Epstein, an English music entrepreneur and manager for the Beatles, born in Liverpool, England, dying in 1967. Does he have any affiliation with another Epstein?
I don't believe so. but I can't say that for absolute certain.
I mean, this guy is a mover and shaker. You know, he's the manager. You know.
Yeah.
Usually, people in those positions are all
back in the day, and you can see how much times have changed. The big secret was that it was gay. Oh man.
I thought the secret was that the certain people chosen by God were in charge of all the music industry.
Never heard that before.
The Jews.
Oh. No. Well.
I never heard of the whole gay thing.
For him personally.
So he was gay?
Yeah, that was the whole big secret or something.
Okay, whatever.
I mean, I'm just saying that you can see a difference in the time from 1960 or whenever it was. You know, that was a big secret that they're.
Well, I mean, he does look a little flamboyant, you know.
Don't go there.
I mean, he doesn't look like, he doesn't look like somebody who puts cigarettes on his sandwich, you know.
Well, he's not going to be out on the railroad gang, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. Anyway, 1943, we have Joe Morgan, a U.S. Baseball Hall of Fame infielder, 10-time MLB All-Star, World Series of 1975 and 76, National League MVP 1975 and 76 for the Cincinnati Reds. He was also a broadcaster for ESPN, or ESPN. Born in Bonham, Texas, dying 2 years ago in 2020. Dang.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Huh.
I don't think he ever. I mean, he's got plenty of recognition because he was a great ball player, but I don't think he's got enough. He was really, really good.
Well, you know, this is a decent resume here, you know.
Yeah.
So. And Jeremy Irons, born on this date in 1948, he is an English actor. Reversal of Fortune and The Lion King, born on Isle of Wight, England. The Lion King. Jeremy Irons, The Lion King.
Done a voice.
Yago?
I don't know. I have no idea. You know that much more than I do.
Scar. He was the voice of Scar.
Okay.
Huh.
And what was Scar?
The evil lion who killed Mufasa.
I saw it once. I don't remember when you were a kid. When it was in the movies.
Okay, well I'll click this and you'll recognize this. Scar is the evil lion.
Okay.
The brother of Mufasa.
Oh, okay. So he was. That sounds like a role he would take. Oh, I want to do Scar. Yeah, I can see him saying that.
Yeah. Which, by the way, Scar appeared in Hercules, just as like a lion skin rug. So, Scar in Hercules. Right here. See, look, there's a Scar right there.
Oh.
So that's him. Scar's dead.
Wow.
Yeah. So see.
He ended up a rug.
Yep. Well, I thought he got torn apart and eaten by the hyenas. You know, at the end of the movie.
I do remember that.
Yeah, they turn on him.
Yeah.
Well, essentially, if you look at everything Scar promised, it actually, you know what? Like, hold on, let me see here.
What year was
what
that movie?
Scar promised Lion King? I think in 1994. What did Scar? Scar made similar promises to end the starvation and poverty of the hyenas while never offering power or glory in conquest. So what does that sound like? Very relevant today.
Yeah.
You know, all the politicians saying this, that, and the other and not doing anything. We're living in Scar's world.
But we spent money with a name on the bill that we say, Inflation Reduction Bill.
Oh, God.
Are you kidding me? Let's go spend some money we don't have. Flood the market with more money. When you have too much, it becomes less.
Yep.
Valuable.
Well, our money needs to become more twiggy.
Twiggy?
You know, like skinny. You know,
Yeah,
we need to have.
I remember Twiggy.
Yeah. Speaking of Twiggy, 1949, Twiggy was born. Actual name is Leslie Hornby. She is an English model and actress. Boyfriend W. Born in Neasden, Middlesex, England. Middlesex. Sounds like a sandwich to me. So.
She was huge. I mean, if I've heard of Twiggy and she's a model.
Mm-hmm. You're saying what I say about sports people. You know, hey, if the name got to me, then that's significant.
That's huge.
You know.
Yeah.
Then we have Teresa Yearwood in 1964. She is a U.S. country singer. Believe Me, Baby, I Lied. And How Do I Live? Well, I don't know, but you lie. Cookbook author and a TV host, Trisha's Southern Kitchen, born in Monticello, Georgia. That's interesting. A country singer who also does cooking stuff. That's a strange, spread right there. Why not? Cool, yeah. You just don't really, hear about that too
they don't
often.
talk about someone's cooking skills when they're See?
Then we have this asshole, Jimmy Fallon, 1974.
Tell me what you really think of him.
Well, you heard about what he did the other day, right?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Like during some kind of award ceremony, like he like laid down on the stage pretending to be passed out or something.
Yeah.
And like now everybody's crying racism because the winner of the award was a black lady, and then they're saying that he's trying to take her spotlight and yada yada, and
How did this guy ever become relevant?
I don't know. Anyway, he's a U.S. actor and comedian. Saturday Night Live and The Tonight Show. Born in New York City, New York. Well, that explains everything. So, born in New York in '74. Man, like grade A douchebaggery right there. You know, the chef's kiss. Mwah, twat.
Come on.
Okay,
come
so,
on.
anyway,
Back in New York like that.
it's true. 1985, Brittany Lynn Keecombe is a U.S. golfer, ANA Inspiration, 2009 and 15, born in St. Petersburg, Florida.
Okay.
And moving on into deaths, starting us off in the year 690, we have Theodore of Tarsus, Archbishop of Canterbury, born in 602. All right. We have James Garfield, 1881. Died to date. He was the 20th U.S. President of the Republican Party in 1881. Wow. So, yeah, that's right. He died in office. Died of a gunshot wound at the age of 49. So, wow, his
Didn't
first
it take
year.
like 10 days, 2 weeks for him to die or something?
Something like that. Let me see here. He was shot on July 2nd. And then he died on September 19th, so far longer than 2 weeks.
Wow,
This guy was in
that was a long
agony.
That's a long time.
The wound was not immediately fatal, but bad medical practices and uses of unwashed tools in hands by its doctors led to the wound becoming infected.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So inept doctors.
Yeah.
Wash your hands. You know.
1881. They didn't
Yeah,
understand
that's
infections
true.
like
Yeah, that was back when they were still just cutting limbs off. You know.
Yeah.
Because 1865. That's just after the Civil War. That's just 15 years after the Civil War. Holy crap, dude.
Well, yeah, the assassination of Lincoln.
Yeah. Day.
That's 12, 15, 13, 14, 15 years. Yeah.
Boom and boom. Man, dude, that's kind of worrisome to be living in that time. Like, wow, like our presidents are dropping like flies. So. But we lost Guy Gibson on the state in 1944. He was a British wing commander who led the Dam Busters, later to receive the Victoria Cross. Died in action at the age of 26. You know the Dam Busters, right?
No.
They had purpose-built drum bombs that spun opposite or something, and then what they did was they flew low and slow, and they dropped bombs behind the dams. And yeah, it was going forward, and they had the drums spinning the opposite way, so it can provide slow, so it skips on the water while spinning the opposite way of the direction it's skipping, slows down in order to hit the back of the dam, sink down, and then blow up in the depths. Yeah, extreme ingenuity. The amount of weird weapons in World War II, like the wheel bomb, it was literally they had this contraption, this giant wheel. Actually, hold on a second.
It's amazing how innovative we can become.
Images. Let's see if I can find it. Wheel bomb. Weird weapon. Yeah, here we go. This. So this entire center thing, this was actually being made for the D-Day invasions. All of these were rockets, and so it all propelled and it spun, and so it spun propelled this drum of pure explosives onto the beach into the bunker and then blow it up. But it didn't really work, But see, here it is. They're testing it on the beach.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, no, the amount of weird things that were invented during that war is just insane. I mean, hell, the things that we try to this day is insane. Did you know during the Cold War, the CIA, and this is going to sound ridiculous, but they tried everything. They literally tried burning a photograph, like a satellite photograph, of missile installations.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to burn the photograph to see if that would have some kind of weird effect on the actual thing itself. So it's like, hey, you know, it might work. You know, like they're doing things like MK Ultra and mind control. And, you know, it's like, you know, they're getting into quantum reality, string theory, you know, like, and all that stuff. So it's like, hey, maybe if we burn a photograph of a missile, will it destroy the missile? You know, like through some weird cosmic connection. I don't know. Like they tried literally everything. You know.
Here's a question for you. You take the innovativeness we're talking about in World War II, or even later,
Or earlier.
yeah. But now you look at today, and you get under the gun, life or death situation for your country, the world, or whatever you're looking at.
Mm-hmm.
How innovative could we be if all technology is shut down? Are we still going to be innovative, or have we lost that capability?
That is true. I mean, but like that just, you know, when one door closes, another one opens. So.
Well, we hope we can open it.
Yeah.
And we just sit there and go, oh no, what do we do? Too late.
Well, speaking of opening and technology, 1995 we lost Orville Redenbacher.
Oh man, yeah.
U.S. popcorn magnate Orville Redenbacher's gourmet popcorn drowned in a bathtub at 88. Well,
I didn't know that.
Drown in a bathtub? How do you drown in a bathtub? You must have been like high on popcorn fumes or something.
Wow.
I don't know.
Wow.
It sounds like a suicide to me. So.
I saw a whole deal on him, and I don't know if it was Food That Made America or whatever on the History Channel or something, but it was a whole thing on popcorn. And,
yeah.
He came in and.
Well,
really
would it be like one of those, like, because I remember during our little vacation out in Tucson, we saw that, you know, that show, like on the TV, they had the whole thing about, like, Frito-Lay, you know, like how Fritos and Lays, you know, and all that stuff.
I think it was something like that. It was, something like,
Food That Built America, like, you know.
Probably what it was.
Yeah. Then we have Jake LaMotta, died on this date in 2017. He was a U.S. boxer, world middleweight champion of 1949 and 51. He was immortalized in Raging Bull, died at 95.
I remember the name.
Raging Bull, would that be the statue outside at Wall Street?
No. That's the Bulls and Bears.
Okay. And, that concludes the show. Once again, check the underbar, the description for any links that you may be interested in, including, but not limited to, Omni Coalition. For your dose of past events daily, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time. For all of you and all of us, I am A.O. Xander.
I'm B. Cleaver.
And you are you, and until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to look right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles!